Wacko, not whack off. Completely two different things. Or Waco, whichever way you want to go about it. What?
Netflix wants to boot.
Netflix. It's on Netflix. And again, it's not Wacko
It's
or
Waco.
Waco. Thank you. It's Waco, not whack off. That's a very bad kung fu movie or karate movie, and that. Anyways, hey guys, we're back on. Look at that. We got our first viewer. That's exciting. Today it is Saturday, 6/13, June 13, in the year of our Lord 2020. Because what a great year we're having. Fantastic year
really?
so far.
Are you living in a different universe than we are?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. It's a fantastic
This is
year.
not the DC universe.
It's a totally amazing year. Immediately from the solid left, not a leftist, not to be confused with a, but solid left, we have Mike, our resident historian, Striegel, who's going to be whacking off. I mean, telling us about Waco. Waco. Go ahead, Mike.
Are you sure you got this?
Mike Striegel, everybody. Not whacking off.
The table's not moving. You're right.
Thank God. Immediately to my uber duber right hand, the Marine, the powerhouse, the right hook himself. This is Seamus Tully. What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're losing him. He's got a couple of screws loose, but just bear with us.
I did.
Is that what I stepped on this morning?
I did smack myself into the ladder back there, and I am still thinking it's going to be an interesting show.
Maybe
folks.
you didn't hit your head hard enough.
That's a possibility. Yours truly, I am the Cuban from Cubano Cubanissimo by way of Cuba, and landed in not Cuba, which is Miami.
North Cuba.
No, and now we're in North Carolina. Anyways,
After a long swim, you got here.
I got here. I'm Duncan Ramon Echevarria. I am your cigar consigliere. Welcome to the mid-morning Maduro, the Saturday edition, which I think is the crazier one of all the ones that we do. So,
yeah.
Well, if it's anything like Wednesday.
Oh, well. We might have to revisit some of those topics. It's going to get Kevin Thompson. Good morning, good day. What's going on, Big Daddy K, as he is known? I'm going to use your vaunted Calibri DP cutter. I think we're losing people left and right. We had 6 people. Now we're down to 1. I would too, because the insanity, it's going to be all over the place, folks.
Yeah, it's real.
I had to refresh the mug of good coffee because I don't even know how we're going to do this.
If you don't, you're our leader.
Oh God, boy, we're screwed.
Oh, fearless leader.
Yeah, this is the great republic of Doña Nolia.
That's how shit starts.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Well, see, look at that. We did that. I don't even have a single lighter here, do I? Lord have mercy. So, guys, how has your week been? I'm asking you guys, but I'm asking you. Mike, take it away, and let's see what's up. Christopher Frazier, by the way, what's going on, Big Daddy? All the best to you and yours. Mike's about to tell us how his week was.
Week's been pretty good. I'm still working from home.
So you're still coronavirus bound.
Well,
you guys
I guess if you could call it that.
Well, not you, but I mean, you don't have coronavirus.
Now the office is shut down. And now we got new protocols. You got to get your temperature taken and everything else to go into the office.
Well, they know that you're a pretty hot guy, so you know they got to make sure. Semi-steamy. Oh, I like where you went with that. Steamy. And is he moist and steamy? I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. You gonna check?
No, I'm good. No check. There will be no checking involved with any cavities today.
Which end does that thermometer go in, man?
Hey, whoa, hey, ho, hey, how you doing? In the words of Wendy Williams, how you doing? Well, you just scared me with that one. Shit.
Well, he's got to get his temperature taken.
Again, how you doing?
I thought we were supposed to be like, touching.
Kerr Viajante has joined us. What's going on, big brother, man? It was great seeing you the other day with the main man himself, Daryl Everson of Lit Premium Cigars. That's not working for you, is it?
I just refilled it too.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Seamus, how was your week? Tell us.
Oh, hell.
Well, no, expand on that a little bit.
Actually, Friday wasn't bad, but a couple days ago, I can't remember what day it was, but I had to go, first thing, pick up a broken pump. The wheel bearing broke, on a 1,000-pound concrete pump. And
make it interesting, for God's sake. You hit somebody in the process. Okay, but continue. You know,
shit went sideways immediately. We got there to go pull the pump back to our shop. We didn't have a trailer hitch.
Mm.
So we had to run all over town looking for trailer hitches, parts, and shit like that. Went to lunch. My lunch order was wrong completely. Like,
Completely
not even
wrong.
the same.
Not
thing.
even. You
Not
reached
even
in
the
and you said, "You damn sack of shit! You can't even get a damn burger right." No.
I just wanted that day to end so bad, and then Friday rolled around and it wasn't too bad. So.
Mr. Dustin Perdon, the main man himself, the Cajun man, is saying he had a good week. He's clearing accounts, expanding up to the Midwest in 2 weeks. Listen, God bless that man. I'll tell you what, man.
Good for you, man.
This guy is doing it. He is heart and soul a fantastic guy when it comes to the cigar industry. He does a wonderful program in which he represents brands. He installs them in shopping centers, like at like supermarkets that are high end, real nice high end liquor stores as well. So he's got a different format, but he's bringing cigars pretty much all over the place. You know, for people that, hey, you know, I don't have a good brick and mortar close to me. Maybe Lowe's, maybe whoever.
Not in Signal Hill.
A nice, wine shop can have his cigar. So thank you, Dustin. I'm glad that you're expanding, man. God bless that. All the best to you, brother. So you had an interesting week that had a weird lunch hour thing.
It was all day.
It was all day. You know, you're still your family, your company has protocols in place to keep you guys safe. That's good.
Yep.
Furiously working. Thanks to a lot of guys who stopped on by, including these two nutsacks at the new location. God willing, we will be open for a soft and semi-flaccid, but possibly fully on erect opening day Monday. Soft, semi-flaccid, hopefully fully on erect.
Do you want to tell them about Friday, or do you want to wait till Wednesday?
No, I'm going to say it right now. I don't care what you say. I'm going to say it right now. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Do I need to grab a hold of something?
Don't grab me. Don't whatever.
I said something, not
I'm
you.
just saying that because I was just busy. Today's the 34th, 15th. On the 15th, we're opening up on the 15th, and 15, 16, 17, 18. On the 19th, I had to do. Did you guys see that? 15, 16, 17, 18. On the 19th in the year of our Lord 2020, the greatest year in America's history. Well, yeah.
The Bob's Burger reopening?
Yeah, we're doing Bob's Burgening. Yes, Bob's Burgers. The grand reopen of. We're not doing that, but we're having a great bike night. It'll be our first bike night at the new location, 709C Suite 2. Sullivan Road in the heart of Statesville, North Carolina. And I can actually say that because if you think about it, it's on the crossroads of I-40 and I-77, like literally like a stone's throw right there, man. So that's pretty
So
cool.
you got your mountain bike all polished up for it?
I got my Mountain Dew. What?
Your mountain bike polished all up for it?
I don't have my mountain bike polished, but I'll do something to it.
Tricycle races.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it may not happen this time around, but I challenged Mr. Rogelio Calvo himself to a tricycle race as soon as I can get my trike, or maybe a big wheel. We'll see.
Hashtag track night.
Hashtag track night. Seamus is going to be inviting a bunch of his great biker friends. We're really looking forward to it, so it's going to be really, really good. James Kirk, the captain of the USS Enterprise. I'm telling you, this guy goes where nobody has gone before, and he tries to hide that from a lot of people. He does. He really does. James Kirk, muy bienvenido, muy buenos días a todo el mundo. Bienvenidos. Welcome to everybody. You're smoking a GTO Lancero. I believe that is the painkiller.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with
That's
that.
a good one.
Which one did you get? You got the HBC Broadleaf. Believe it or not, that was a donation from the Reverend.
Well,
That's
thank you very
Reverend
much.
Two Guns.
It's very good.
Really well-aged cigar, by the way. That's a fantastic little smoke.
This thing has got a lot of pepper in it, which is that peppery flavor
that you like.
I do.
You need to do any pepper?
It actually is getting
Salt,
pepper
maybe?
on the backside.
Mhm.
Mainly like tobacco and wood.
A woody tobacco. Gotta have it. I'm smoking this big old honker. It is called the Soberano, which means the sovereign. by La Gloria Cubana. It's a Maduro. It's one of those
Oh, you
old
got the
Cuban.
good one.
I didn't get the good. I'm just saying. I like those. You know, the
He
longer
didn't give us- he
sizes.
didn't give us a choice of that one, did he?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
why
I'm keeping that one.
I'm keeping this one. You know, listen,
No,
I'll
the
be
painkiller's
nice.
great.
He gave us the crap stuff.
I didn't give you guys the crap stuff. Those are good cigars, by the way. Oscar,
No, these are
your
very
cigar
good.
just got called crap. You know.
No.
No,
I said it was
no.
great. He
No.
called it
Yeah,
crap.
he called
No.
it crap.
I did not call either of them crap.
James, el lunes ya estamos abiertos. On Monday, we're officially open at the new location. We're having our first sort of event night, you know, because we were excited about all the great bike, all the great bicycle guys, all the great bike guys.
Great.
That
We're
have
gonna
been,
have a bunch of guys running around in tight bicycle shorts.
I'll tell you what,
No.
I'm not pedaling that 800-pound motorcycle.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no.
so.
so we're doing
Flintstone
our
that
very
motherfucker.
first get together that
Okay.
same Friday. You know, these two guys. What am I gonna do with them? So guys, there's a couple of things that we want to dive into. One of them, Mike is really actually a far more knowledgeable individual because you are from Texas also.
Yep, original.
Originally from Texas. Near and dear to you. Texas travels with you because I'm proud to have one of the flags that you gave to us from
Yep.
Texas. So it's called, you know, Did Waco Happen? This morning's edition, because I'm going to have Mike take over in just a little bit. But something interesting, I was, oh, shoot, look, I hope I didn't, you guys there? Okay, good. Thank God. I was,
You
holy,
all right?
yeah. I was excited about my topic of conversation here. So I'm going to go backtrack to Wednesday night.
No.
And this will, you know, not involve in a direct way, but in a roundabout way. This will involve a good friend of mine. And let me get to his name because you guys are gonna just love this guy as much as I do. Hold on, come on, come on.
Oh, Christ.
There you go. There's my buddy.
Oh God.
Real name Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. He likes it when I call him Putty. He loves that shit. For those who do not know, my good friend Vladimir Putin, the current president of Russia, he loves it when I call him Putty. I'm gonna get into him. Well, let me rephrase that.
Wow. Yeah.
Although from what I hear, he kind of likes that shit.
He hunts bears like shirtless.
Yeah, he does. I'm gonna get into that topic of conversation in just a quick
All right.
second.
What is this tie between Putty and you now?
Well, you'll see. So
It's a little bit more creepy you calling him Putty than him.
yeah,
You
Why?
brought it up, and now you're just on the bandwagon.
you just went for it. You went
Why
for
does
it.
that make it
I
creepy?
don't
You
know.
went for it.
I don't know.
So you guys are gonna think, what in the hell is Daniel talking about with Vladimirovich Putin? Because if you're gonna say the name, just say the whole name. You're gonna love that. So on Wednesday, let me backtrack a little. On Wednesday, we discussed that there was an okay. Go ahead, because apparently let's discuss.
Did he put something on Facebook? Outrageous.
Kaiser?
No.
Oh no, you'll see.
Oh.
Let him finish.
I'm gonna you'll see. Like every good story, there has to be what do you call it? A little backstory to it.
Okay.
You know, a little build up.
Yep.
So on Wednesday, we were talking about what happened with Kaizad Hansodia, the owner of Gurkha Cigars, and whether he did say some things and did post some stuff on social media,
Right.
and then of course he climbed down as CEO, and of course Jim Colucci stepped up, and there's been a lot of things, and I said there's a dichotomy with two statements on the press release, and so
We're contradictive, yes.
so I literally said, listen, I had a one-on-one experience with that guy. It was never a bad one. But at the end of the day, if you fucking did it, you're an asshole. And if you didn't do it, then, you fight and clear your name the right way. So now apparently it is official. He has stepped down completely. He is going to be selling the 50% ownership of his stock in the company. He is completely apparently just moving away from it all. So whatever. You're an asshole for having done what you did then.
I gotta tell him now. I can start buying stocks in Gurkha.
Now, here's where I'm going with that. So, interestingly enough, does the brand bear fault because of the actions of this one man who basically represent and leads the flagship? That's a question I'm going to put out there. Does the brand bear fault? Does this trickle down then and say to us tobacconists, hey, we're gonna completely disavow, Gurkha or get rid of Gurkha from our shops. We're not gonna support Gurkha the brand. We're not gonna support anything like that. The chair recognizes the young leftist.
Young lefty.
Lefty, go ahead.
Swear I'm gonna put this eye in your eye.
Not the first time. Go ahead.
I think so. You're trying to figure out whether people are going to abandon Gurkha because of what was said,
Correct.
and they will see some fall off because some people will
Absolutely.
abandon them. Is that right?
I
don't think that's necessarily right.
Okay, so here's where I'm going with this, and that's the sort of the point before we go to my good friend and buddy, my personal bestie, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. You gotta have that second name in there. It just says it all. It really says
Well,
it
you also
all.
got to have a more guttural sound to it.
And my Russian accent is on point this morning.
Since
Let
you
me tell
guys
you
are
this.
such good friends, you mind calling him and telling him to calm the fuck down over there?
I'll say something. So here's
Boy, I thought you were looking to get into something.
here's the build up to that. So I believe that we need to also approach this whole Kirka situation a little balanced and objectively. And here's where I'm going with this. This is the only reason why I'm saying this. So if you take me out of context, you guys know how to reach out to me, and I'll gladly clarify it on a one-on-one dialogue or whatever. So this is not about taking anything out of context. I said it. If Kaiser Hansoria had finally admitted to what he did and so on and so forth, then he's a fucking idiot and a fucktard. Boom, done. Point number 2. Hopefully the company will do everything it can to rebuild that burnt bridge and to continue providing the market with what I consider to be a well-known brand of cigars. Do I think that all the Gurkha cigars are great? No. Do I think that every brand out there makes a perfect blend? And also, no, of course not. That's up to you to decide, the consumer. So there are people that I know that don't like Padron. I happen to like Padron. There are people that I know that don't like Fuente. I happen to like Fuente. People ask me, why don't you like Liga Privada? And I go, I personally don't like it. I have my reasons. When we discuss them, I clarify them, and boom, there. There is a back and forth that is up to the consumers to, work it out, and for the tobacconists to help in that decision-making process when you're selling the cigar. It is not up to the tobacconist, in my opinion, to destroy a brand on the actions of one person. That is what I'm putting out there. That's just my humble opinion, my humble 2 cents worth. And if I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong. One guy. That's all that it is. So, because I look at the families who work in those factories, I look at the people that sell the tobacco, I look at the farmers, I look at every single person who had nothing to do with the actions of one fucking asshole, now being impacted. If we decide now, hey, fuck Gurkha, man, they suck. They're the worst cigars ever. They're just because you're lying to yourself, and you're lying so that you can actually have your 2 cents or 2 minutes worth or 15 minutes worth of information and fame on social media. That's blatant. You got an issue with that? That's on you. God bless America. That's why we have that freedom of speech. Go ahead, young man.
Just along the same lines that you were talking about.
About Vladimir Putin?
No.
Oh, okay. We'll just check.
I'm not so I don't smoke a whole lot of Gurkha. I do enjoy the Ghost and a couple others, but I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna smoke another Gurkha again, because Kazak himself, he didn't say these are the values of the entire Gurkha company.
He said this is what I think.
Right.
He made a meme or whatever. He posted
Right.
some stupid asinine shit, and for that he can go fuck himself. You know.
And like you, I look at everybody from the person that plants the seed to the person that puts the band on the cigar and puts it in the box that works for that company, to the people the reps that are going and selling and working hard for the company, and everybody else behind, doing the books. So for this one person to say some outrageous shit is not, is, for me personally, is not going to affect the entire
Effect, not infect.
Right.
Because if you're infected, that's that's.
Yeah.
But I got you. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think you met him once and you called Nagi and you said, I'm here with the Gurkha rep, and Nagi said, marry him.
Yeah.
You know, well, you know, Steve Cook, great, you know. There you go,
Right,
Steve.
guys like that. I mean,
You're a handsome stallion. That's what happens when Steve Cook's around. Maybe.
but he doesn't deserve to suffer because.
And here's where I'm going with that. I've known Cookie for going on 4 or 5 years now.
Good dude.
If some motherfucker out there said some negative shit about him, I'd say fuck you to your face. Steve Cook is one of the best, most caring, most well-balanced human beings I've met. I mean, when I'm telling you, a guy who literally gives no matter what, and if he happens to be the Gurkha rep, I don't care. I'm looking at that man. I have nothing against him, and he's repping a brand that I have placed, built up, managed, maintained, and sold a shit ton of in a lot of places that I've been to, in great part because of his dedication to being able to do something that he loves to do. I will support that 100%. I do not support the actions or the statements of Kaiser Hansoria, and I will never do that, and I will demean that everywhere I see it. But I have nothing against the brand itself.
So you're saying be against the person, not the company.
Why attack, you know, people who have that nothing to do with that? And this actually leads me into a great segue, which will give me the story about my good friend Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. So you gotta say it with all those Russian accents.
What happened to Putty Putty?
Or he likes it when I call him Putty Putty.
I don't.
He does.
So
he purrs like a little cat. Like a little cat. So about maybe 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I was.
You were in Russia.
I wish. Send me a ticket, motherfucker. I was just looking, scrolling or trolling or whatever the hell it's called, because I'm apparently if you up and down, you're trolling, and I saw an article about Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, and about the fact that he was. I'm gonna just briefly touch on that because I'm not gonna go deep into it. He was all about marriage being between a man and a woman only, and blah 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 blah, and you know whatever.
Oh, I briefly saw.
So that's okay. Listen, I got no problem with that. I got no. Listen, trust me, my people. I don't want to get married to anybody. And I don't mean it in a bad way, Jonathan. I love you, you know, but I'm just saying, whatever. But that's the point. Is I saw a company, a branded name of a company, hear that out, a branded name of a company, which when you do that and you're saying that you are representative of the company and the views of that company, that makes me think they were just saying he is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and they're going off blah 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 blah. And I simply replied back, are you people out of your fucking mind? And I meant that in a good Catholic way. I said, you realize that this man is insane. You realize that this man is an oligarch, that he has, first and foremost, allegiances, Soviet Union. I love this because when you look at Wikipedia, it's like the old Marvel universe. Who are you allegiance to? The Avengers, the this, the that. So allegiances, Soviet Union, old Soviet Union, current allegiance, Russia. This is his military service, branch services, KGB, and if that's not bad enough, FSB, which was the secret service branch of the KGB. So KGB are bad guys.
Yes.
FBI for Russia.
FSB is the really evil bad guys. Russian armed forces served from 1975 to 91, left with the rank of colonel.
So he fought in the Iran-Iraq War.
Second Chechen War, Russo-Georgian War, Syrian Civil War, and every other cock-sucking stupid shit that this fucktard ever did. And he got the Order of Honor. I mean, he's just a superb guy.
Nice words about your friend then.
Yeah.
When I'm telling you that this is a guy that is evil personified, and I don't care about whether he's in bed with Trump or not, I don't give a shit about that. I expounded factual information about this man against these statements created by a branded company. It wasn't the owner of the company. It wasn't. No, it was the name of the company right there.
It was under the brand name that they were saying this.
And I'm like, are you people fucking nuts? And they're coming back to me. I've read his biography. He is a wonderful individual and blah, 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 blah.
Wait. A lot of people said similar things about Hitler.
Yeah, well, hey, very charismatic guy, Hitler, guy, wherever the fuck he's burning, God bless him. But all this stuff, and it's funny because I simply wrote back factual research or even something as dumb as Wikipedia. Again, just dumb it out, if you will. And I said, you realize this guy is an oligarch that made his money by basically trading in black market. He's in the Russian mafia. I mean, you're talking shit being sold when the fall of the Russian, of the USSR to countries all over the world. I mean, he's a known weapons dealer for the KGBS. I mean, literally, he did all these shit. You can research this shit. Mm-hmm. But he is the next thing to slice bread. So if I was to now judge that company based upon the statements, I'd say these people are fucking socialists and they're communists and they're a fucking bunch of assholes.
And you don't want to support them.
Correct. That being said, I do know the actual owner of the company, and he could be nothing further from that. Do I judge the company and the representative who made that, or do I judge the man who owns the company? And I had a discussion, and he says, man, don't pay that attention, blah, 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 blah. So we now have a flip. The company came out in defense of an asshole,
You sure they weren't saying that just so they wouldn't get,
I know, like I said, but the brand owners.
What kind of ties and stuff that they have in Russia to make sure they weren't?
I think they didn't want to get Clinton.
So like I said, the long and short of it, that's a flip side. So it's up to you to do research. It's up to you to not make cockamamie, half-assed, moves, because there are people beyond the statement. Mateo Benza and Stephen Fox, what's going on, gentlemen? Welcome. It's an exciting morning. We are diving deep into it today, man. So we've been talking about the whole Kaiser thing, bringing it back up. Do we attack the man? Do we attack the brand? Do we as tobacconists say no more Gurkha? And I honestly think that we shouldn't do that.
No, in my opinion, I think we should. If you like smoking Gurkha, smoke Gurkha.
I mean, I gotta be brutally honest. Take this for whatever it is. And again, these are my words. No one else's, not these guys, my words. I've been in many environments that are very ethnic environments. Interpret that as you will. And I have seen a massive fucking showcase of Gurkha cigars. I know. You tell me. Who smokes them? What can I say? And I defy anybody to go toe-to-toe with me on that one, because I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been up and down all over the place. I've been to countless cigar lounges where the very first thing, and I love when I hear this, hey, there's Duncan. That's the cigar guy. I've never heard there's Duncan, the white guy. I've never heard there's Duncan, the Latino guy. I've never heard there's Duncan, the gay guy. I've never heard that shit before in my life. I've heard there's Duncan, the cigar guy.
There's Duncan, our friend.
Yeah. The greatest compliment in my life is that. The cigar guy. I love it, dude. So when I look at brands that do well, I don't give a rat's ass necessarily if the owner we discover is a douchebag, which now we know he is a douchebag of a guy. Fuck him. He's now stepped down. Let's give it now to Jim Colucci. He's stepping up.
You're a guy, Jim.
It looks like he's going to do the right thing. Bob Finley, if I'm not mistaken, also has great ties with the Gurkha brand. Bob Finley, I love you, man. I think Bob is an amazing individual. One of the greatest reviewers in our time right now, just to make it very, very dead on, There you go.
Hispanic guy.
The Hispanic guy. Fuck you too, Steven. Shit, you fucking. I know where you live, Steven. I know where you live. I know you. But again, there is, if you really come at a brand Do it from a knowledgeable standpoint that you know that the entire brand is racist or they're assholes or they're a bunch of fucktards, and then you chastise accordingly. Let's not be McCarthyists. Let's not be witch hunters here.
Now, you brought up McCarthy. That
It's not the guy that works at McDonald's, McDonald's, same guy?
No.
Okay.
Two
I
different things.
don't
that
know
was a
these things.
whole
I don't
other
know.
issue.
Yeah.
That was
Hey, right back at you. Nothing but love and respect to the Finley clan. Those are my family down there. The best of the chief. Hopefully the first lady, Miss Sarah, is doing well. I love you guys, man. That's what it's all about. It's love, respect, and good cigars, baby. McCarthy, continue, young man.
Well, the whole McCarthy era, post World War II, during the Cold War, 50s, 60s, you couldn't even mention communism without being rolled up and questioned.
Yep.
And that in and of itself is fascism, socialism.
It is.
We have the freedom to speak out publicly however we want.
Right.
Tell me what country on earth that says supposedly they're free, but you're already being looked at. My country of origin, Cuba. If I stood on the corner and screamed, "Fuck Fidel Castro, fuck Che Guevara," I would not see the next daylight. I wouldn't. But here,
I don't want to get hit by.
nah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. But here we have the freedom to speak out.
Yes.
We do. We also have the freedom to hear a counter to that and hopefully create a dialogue, a communication, something that can spark change because people are talking then.
That's the key to it, is listening to each other.
I agree. And I'm going to leave Putty alone because God bless him. He loves it when I call him that. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. That's my homeboy. That's my pen pal. Loves it when I call him my little furry kitty.
It's so weird.
It is. It completely weird.
And we may or may not have another.
Sarah Martinez, thank you very much. It is about that. It is about creating the lines of dialogue, communication. We don't necessarily have to see eye to eye 100%, but if we are willing to sit across a table, enjoy a cigar, maybe a nice cup of coffee, and say, you know what, man, I'm glad we can do this. And maybe, just maybe, if nothing else, say, you know what, I learned a little bit more about you today. You learned a little bit about me. We may not agree on everything, but at least I got to see the quality of man that you are. And I'm okay with that. And you got to see the quality of man that I am. And if I see that you are a douchebag, well, now I know I don't want to associate with you. And vice versa.
And you have the right to stop associating with people.
Yes. But as tobacconists, I am a certified tobacconist and I am a Habanos specialist. You don't know it, Google it, find out what that means. I have a history going all the way back to the late 1800s in tobacco. And I'm the lowest man on the totem pole. I'm an unknown. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking moron, okay? There's far better people than me in this industry. But I'll tell you what. When I see a tobacconist saying they're going to take actions against the brand,
wow.
Come on. Is that really it?
But that's the way society seems to work nowadays.
I'll tell you what.
Work nowadays.
I'll tell you what.
But am I wrong?
People,
they associate
the
smallest little thing to a brand, because one person said something, they associate that person, and then they just take that whole company down.
All right, let me say this.
Outrage culture.
Chick-fil-A, quote unquote, doesn't work on Sundays. They're very uber Christian. They're very anti-gay. This and I go, I don't give a rat's ass what they are. I think the last time I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich was maybe, I don't know, 8 years ago, and I got one not far from here. But I don't give a shit about Chick-fil-A. I think God bless them. They make good chicken sandwiches. They have a fantastic following. Do what they do impact me? Am I going to say, oh my God, well, they're uber Christians. Oh my God, they're anti-gay. I hate them. No, I don't give a shit.
There was a personal boycott on them?
Fuck no, I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm a realist. They have the right to do business their way. Mm-hmm. I have the right to never set foot there if that's what I feel like, and that's on me.
That's right.
At the end of the day, if I don't like this show, hey guys, turn it off. if I like this show, if I find something that truly sparks dialogue, communication, and lines have now been opened, then you know what? Then I succeeded. I succeeded just a little bit, but I succeeded. Thank you very much, Sarah Martinez. If you want to private message me, I'd love to be able to have a try at your cigar. So absolutely, we are opening the doors again to Doña Noli Cigars at our new location. I'm about to type it in right now. And then the very first Friday, we're doing a bike night. Whoa, hey, easy. Oh shit, things are falling already.
It sounds you.
I'll tell you what. So then now we're gonna go into just to lighten the mood up, just to lighten things up. I'm not gonna say don't name names, but there are people, because maybe the age, I would imagine,
That's kind of what I'm thinking,
that have never heard of Waco and what happened in Waco, Texas. Mike, you're the historian in this case. Tell us a little bit about what the experience was. Don't mention names, but I think it was also a learning experience.
Right, it was.
And I'm going to put up the information in. Go ahead. Take it away, Mike.
No, I mean, back in 1993, in Waco, Texas, there was a group called the Branch Davidians. Some people, it was considered a cult.
Were you a member?
No. I remember clearly what happened because it was on TV the whole time there.
Me too. I was one.
Well, you don't remember because you were one. Essentially what it was these people had gotten a compound. People joined, and they had requirements to join or whatever. They ended up getting a hold of automatic weapons.
All right.
You guys all right. It's about to get good right now.
Well, here's the thing.
About to get hot.
You are nuts, man.
Well, here's the thing. They did not do it legally.
All right.
Even better. So the government was like, wait a minute, stuff's not right.
Wacko means he ain't coming out.
Yep, he remembers it.
He ain't coming.
And so the government was like, hey, you need to either make this legal or we need to get the guns, essentially. There was an argument. It ended up that the government said, screw it, we're going in. Anyway, they went in. How the fire started is debatable. A bunch of people, innocent people got killed. A bunch of innocent people got killed. Other people were shooting back and forth, and basically the government went in and just crushed their compound.
So it was a right tip.
You can say that.
All right, two things. Edric, Mr. Black Smoke himself. Green, what's going on? Thank you very much, Edric. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, for $2.20, not bad, right? Please feel free to, if you did not know anything, if you did not know the price, tell us, what would you think those cigars would be? I mean, honestly, just be brutal. Doesn't matter if it's like $3 or whatever, but, if you did not know anything, Edric, what do you think that cigar would cost? Rafael Castellano, llegó el tigre. What's going on? He says the tiger is in the house. And he doesn't mean Tiger King either. That's a completely different topic for another good show. We got to do that. Mike has been telling us a little bit about the whole Waco incident. You were out last night,
right? And the backstory of how that came up is, and I was saying this somewhat jokingly, that we now have a new country in the world.
Yes. Okay, great.
Yes.
Breaking news. If you haven't heard this yet, Mike, where does this country happen to be in, and how can we go there? I've been looking for a summer vacation spot. Go, Mike.
It is in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. Isn't that a state or a city instead of a state?
Well, apparently.
The Seattle, I know. It's been around forever, right?
Seattle,
right.
Washington State. They've been around for some time.
Correct.
Near Oregon.
So where's this country?
They actually took over a 6-block.
And a police precinct.
Right.
So.
And then renamed it Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
Is it nice this time of the year? Because I've been looking for.
Well, wait. They took it over. What was the first thing they did? They put a wall up around it.
Why would we want to have a wall? Who needs walls?
Wait, it gets better.
Okay,
now they have armed citizens running around, checking people in and out, and wanting to know why you come in.
You are 100% mistaken about what you have just said, because I know what you're talking about, and I'm going to clarify this.
All right, please clarify.
I'm going to clarify. So Netflix, the greatest resource in the history of informational resources come out with a great movie called The Last Days of American Crime.
No,
that's not it.
No,
I thought you were drinking and watching that movie.
No. This is actually happening. This is a real thing in Seattle, Washington.
Lord bless it, man.
It is a real thing right now, and the mayor is not even acknowledging that this has even happened.
So it happened in Texas. Now it's happening.
No, because what's probably end up going to happen, and it's sad.
People are going to get hurt.
Exactly.
It already happened.
It's a similar thing to Waco. The government is going to go in there and crush this place.
Okay, so
innocent lives are going to disappear for
F-18s and C-130s are en route.
I know I have former military guys watching. I know you are also military, and I'm former military.
I grew up in the military.
Yes. So I'm going to say something, and I just want anybody to chime in on this one. I just want to know if maybe, again, I could be 100% wrong. So when the military is brought in, and I don't mean the National Guard or the reservists, I mean like the military is brought in, how shall I say it? The rules of engagement when you are
they are completely changed.
Yeah, when you are in a hot zone, I could be wrong. Again, don't judge anybody, judge me. If I see a threat, rules of engagement are as follows. Is it a threat or not a threat? If it's not a threat, I'm going to make sure they are gotten out of the way. But if it's a threat, I'm going to engage.
And neutralize.
Am I wrong in that assessment? Maybe I simplified
it? A little bit.
Okay. Clarify.
So, escalation of force.
I like the way you said escalation of force. I like that.
Oh, you're going to like this next phrase even better. Violence of action.
And Sarah Martinez, yes, it's still going on apparently.
Yes,
this whole situation in Seattle, Washington.
So one of the things I'm teaching to my students is escalation of force. So,
what students? Are you at the war college or something? I mean, educate people. What do you do?
At True Warrior Fitness, I'm teaching hand-to-hand combat.
True Warrior Fitness in Mooresville, North Carolina. If you guys are interested, Seamus Tully, reach out to him. If you're local and you want to train former Marine and still Marine back in again guy, I mean, so Stephen Fox has said, tell him, Seamus. Go ahead.
So, where's he going with this?
Escalation of force.
Escalation of force. If I pull a knife on you, you can't blow me away with a 9-pound cannon.
I can understand that.
So, with these people that are armed inside, Chaz, which is such a
I had a friend called Chaz.
I think there was a TLC show about Chaz.
There you go. Yeah. Anyways.
What's the fucking 90s? Anyways.
Excuse me. Getting excited here.
So these guys, these armed people inside their new, People's Republic of Chaz. If
you calling the People's Republic of Chaz now?
That's what I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
Continue.
So
escalation of force.
If the military walks in and says, you guys need to knock this shit off, they have a right to put down a threat, but they can't roll tanks in and start leveling buildings. They have to deal with it incrementally. Mm-hmm. So stop.
Okay.
No, really stop, and then they raise their weapon. And if they don't stop, then they're going to get a 5.56.
Okay, but here's where I'm going with this, and I think you bring up a really valid point. That being said, I don't necessarily think that my comment was to say, well, if you got maybe guys with some, bolt action rifles or even ARs or whatnot, and you now have an entire deployment of armed response facing these individuals, I don't think, again, they're going to be like lobbing mortar shells in or whatnot, unless that's what the first, answer to them is. But if they are told, put down your weapons, walk out peacefully, everything is good, then you become a non-threat.
Here's the problem with that. People that join militias or just go and get a rifle and say, hey, I'm going to go defend this, they get really antsy. They don't have the proper, not just physical training, but mental training to be behind that.
Well, I concur completely.
So as soon as you get young, even middle-aged dudes behind a weapon and they're facing down Tali and the boys, they're gonna get antsy and shots are gonna be fired.
Yeah,
and then bad things
and
happen.
here's but here's where I'm going again.
Which is basically what happened at Wako.
And here's where I'm trying to paint the picture for the folks at this area now, right? If you are told, put down your weapons, walk out peacefully, and law enforcement will help to, whatever, do their job correctly, and everything can be resolved. Great, not a problem.
Yeah.
If some antsy little pimple-faced fucktard thinks he's Billy Badass, takes the first shot,
all hell's gonna break loose.
Everything that unloads, it's gonna be based upon that you are a threat, you've acted as a threat, and we will act to eliminate that threat.
Correct. Now,
that's simplifying it, but
Stephen Fox actually brought up a good point. Now, if you guys don't know Stephen Fox, good friend of ours, Army combat veteran.
Yep.
He knows a thing or two. So if somebody has a nuclear bomb or whatever, and he's talking about going straight to deadly force, if someone has a nuclear bomb and they hold that motherfucker up, guess what? You're going down. No questions asked.
Yes, but that's
an extreme case.
That's the level of it all. For example,
it goes 1 to 100.
You find out all of a sudden that in the center of this environment that they're calling this new country, someone managed to bring in a truckload of C4. And they're saying, well, if our demands are not met,
or homemade explosives,
automatically, I'm telling you, you could have a guy with just a little 22 on, in front, but you have elevated that threat to something far beyond the 22 caliber to saying that shit can level 3 block radius. Yep. So you need to understand this. Whatever statements are being made, whatever political or religious or whatever, any kind of statement that you do, when all of a sudden you have an armed response by the military, will be met with equal, not lesser, but equal or deadlier force if you become an active threat. You can be a threat, but if you become active, that means you shoot first or you have your hand on that trigger. You are now an active threat and you will be summarily dealt with. Yep. And I hate to say it because it's heartbreaking, because there's probably great people in there doing things maybe for the right belief system, for the right reasons, and they could be just all rolled up into that.
Well, how they are supporting themselves is they are shaking down the businesses that are in there for protection fees.
That's
hey, listen.
The homeless people that are around Seattle stole all their food. I thought it was hilarious. They let him in, like, yeah, come on, we got food. They cleaned them out. And then they left.
Yeah,
I do the same thing. Hey, targets of opportunity, man.
Yeah.
I'll see 2 a threat and raise your 1. So, like I said, again, it's something that we really wanted to bring up because there's been some, and this all started with my diatribe, my nonsense, my idiocy, if you will. Going back to touch upon the whole Kaiser and Gurkha thing, and then we translated that to a company that made some statements defending my dear pen pal and friend Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, and I had a back and forth with them, and now we ended up in Wako, Whack Off, whatever, and there go my vacation plans have now been canceled. I can't go to China.
You can go there, but they're going to question you why you're there and.
Vacation! I hear it's nice this time of year. The woods are pretty.
No, there's no woods.
No woods. Okay.
No, it's a 6-block radius with a boarded up police
station.
Maybe a rooftop where I can sun and have a cold
drink. 308, sure.
Yeah, there'll be a bunch of people watching you.
I don't know, man.
Speaking of which, I got a new site for my M4 coming. I'm
Look at
really
you.
excited.
He's excited about those new sites.
New gun parts are coming in. Charlie's happy.
Yep.
So listen, folks. First and foremost, before we begin to wrap up, I think we got some, we lost some, and that's okay. At the end of the day, this is just, as we've always said, this is a show about nothing.
Current events.
Yep.
Nothing at all. Nothing. This is just 3 guys smoking their cigars, having a chit chat.
Yeah.
We're having a chit chat.
This is what we do in the shop.
Yeah.
Just, on a wider scale.
The reason I brought up the Waco thing is because.
Why did you? You're creating problems though?
No.
Oh, okay,
It's because they're deleting history.
It surprised me that a lot of people didn't know about it.
Because they're deleting
I think
but
you're
I think
right,
also
and that's scary.
maybe an age range as well, possibly.
True, but it should be something that was taught in school, and I don't know that that's still being taught in school anymore. You know what I mean?
Here's my thing, and as weird as it sounds, is history is written by the winners.
Oh yeah.
It always.
Oh
is.
hell yeah.
It always is.
Maybe what in the hell is that thing flying around? Oh, it's one
That's
of them.
A hornet.
It's all right,
It's
and it's not a killer hornet.
It's a bumblebee.
Okay, he left. Thank
We now
you,
have
thank
murder hornets in the studio.
you. Murder hornets are in.
No, that was only a phase.
And
No.
genetically modified mosquitoes are headed our way, so that's gonna be fantastic.
No, they live in Camp Lejeune.
Okay, well then there you go.
They were created by the military.
There you go. So there's a lot going on in 2020 right now. There's a lot. There's a lot.
And we've only just begun.
And that's the song. We've only just begun to live. Well, how does it go?
I don't remember the rest of it.
Something and something. Anyways,
When you start hearing "Fortunate Son," that's when you need to take cover.
yeah. And Sarah Martinez has brought a really, really great point. She says not everything is taught in school.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Just as what it is. I mean, even I remember that when I was in high school, we were still operating with books that were,
From the 60s.
Is something wrong? Is it you're not hearing? Is it crazy?
I think you talk about your singing.
Oh yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, sorry about the singing. We've only just begun to live.
And that's as far as you got.
And I don't know the rest of the song. Sorry. No singing. I'm sorry, Carrie. There'll be no more
Whoa,
singing.
See, even the beat didn't like it.
I even attracted the murder hornet back. So
Quit singing.
yeah, no more singing on my end because then anything it'll be like storming.
Don't
There
start
it is. So the microphone is above us, so hopefully you guys get good
Dude,
sound.
that thing's
I promise to not sing anymore.
Never
I
mind.
promise to not sing anymore. I don't know. I mean, something WTF is your microphone or where the fuck the mic is right above us. It's right there. See, there's the mic.
I think you can hear us now.
All right. So some interesting topics of conversation. I'm gonna go back to this as a tobacconist. I look forward to carrying the brand Gurkha. Am I going to be the only one? I hope not. I will not judge the trickle-down effect of all those people that are going to be affected if we just take the actions of that asshole, and brand the entire company as such. I don't believe that that's the case. I think that Jim Colucci will step up, mend those bridges, reach out to a lot of people, work hand in hand with a lot of people to rebuild the good image. The good image. Is Gurkha the greatest brand out there? I don't know. Maybe to some people it is.
It's up to individual opinion.
Exactly. As a tobacconist with years in the industry, as a person who also does not expound a lot of highbrow intellect about where we're at with the FDA or all the other legalities. Because again, I'm a moron. I don't know any of that stuff. I'm only doing this because I love what I do. I truly love being able to share a space where people can come, buy their cigars. I don't give a rat's ass what color you are. I don't care who you love. I don't care I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It does not impact me one way or the other. I care about you when you walk in. And I care about the fact that I want to make sure that I respect you. I treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And I'm not out to sell you the most expensive cigar. I'm out to sell you the right cigar. And hopefully when you walk out, not Coochie, Colucci, what the hell is wrong with you? God damn it. Leave it to the Army. Look at the Army. I'm telling you, they dropped it. Well, wait a second. I'm Army too. Never mind. My bad. Army strong, baby. Army strong. Damn it, I attacked my own people. So
You do that all the time.
Shout outs to all my Army boys, 12 Bravo, baby, combat engineers. We are Esteons. We will try. I hate that motto. It's in French. I hate it.
Do you oppress the bear?
Yeah, well, I don't oppress anybody, least of all a bear. I I don't like oppressing bears.
We don't like your fuzzy kind
or pressing up on bears either. I'm not. I'm digressing. Listen, that is what a tobacconist should be doing. That is what a cigar shop should do. First and foremost, respect, honor, and work with everybody that walks through that doors. It is not up to me to judge. It is not up to me to judge you. Who am I to judge you? I'm the one that gets 10 fingers pointed at him daily. So that's basically it. For a split second, I thought they were headed this way, but no, they're not. Thank God.
They haven't found us yet.
Thank God. At the end of the day, everybody, listen. It's a Saturday morning. Consider us your Saturday morning cartoons. The Three Stooges, the Three Nutsacks, the Three Crazy Guys.
Well, we get to keep our guns on like Elmer Fudd.
And we will keep our guns. I am looking actually for a poster or a cartoon of Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam, which I'm actively looking for that already. As I'm going to frame them and put them up at the shop.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I don't see why not. And I'm going to get a sleeveless T-shirt. I'm going to frame that, and I'm going to post, "You have the right to bear arms."
I've got a shirt for you then.
Just like that. You have the right to bear arms.
Yes.
Sarah Martinez, regardless whether it's the greatest brand out there or not, cigar smokers have their preference and taste, and to make the choice of what brand they want to smoke. 138,000% right there, Sarah Martinez.
Exactly.
It's not up to the tobacconist to tell you what brand is good or not. It's not. And if a tobacconist does that, then for shame on you. For shame on you. Michael Carter, hello, gentlemen. He said, I still have no idea who the hell he's referring to, but what's going on, Michael? Michael, you came in on the end of it. You got to backtrack, man. You're going to enjoy the hell out of yourself with this show. Sarah, as I said, if you're interested, please, 3 sticks, send them to us. We'll smoke them here. We're going to talk the crap out of them. We're going to, we're not like the greatest reviewers because we really are stupid about that. But if you got good tobacco in there, guess what? We're going to say it's good tobacco.
Right.
So we're 100% here for you, my love.
Yep.
Literally PM me or DM me, however the hell the kids say that stuff nowadays. I don't even know what that is.
Snapchat, whatever.
I don't have Snapchat. I had that, and it's just I don't know. The bunny ears, I couldn't do it. Enough of the bunny ears. I did the little doggy face.
If you hate bunny ears, you're gonna hate me at Christmas.
Oh God, I couldn't do it. You can do it. He's got it going on, man.
Yeah.
4 sticks and look at that. Steven is now jumping in. Way to go, Steven. Where the hell are you now, huh? Where are you in this show? Where? Huh? Where? I've invited him. I've told Steven, you need to get your ass over here several times.
Hey,
leave it to the army. I mean, not the. I'm sorry.
Friendly fire.
My bad. Friendly fire. My bad. I love this guy like a brother that I never wanted.
That's kind of messed up.
Isn't it though?
It is.
But he's a good guy.
But it's said with love and care.
With a lot of love and a lot of care. Let me tell you, Steven.
In a good Christian way.
Always. As a matter of fact, listen. Let me just leave everybody with this. In the words of one of my dearest friends, Bob Finley, it is your money. It is your palate. Enjoy it, whatever it is. Asier Abad from Spain. Asier, que Dios te bendiga, verdad. La música continúa. One of the greatest living reviewers of our times, by the way. He has been published in multiple publications. One of the nicest guy, a Fuente man through and through. Honestamente, una de las personas más lindas, más cultas y más buenas que he tenido el placer de conocer en social media. One of the best guys I've had the pleasure of meeting on social media. I love reading stuff that he publishes. Most people have never even heard about him. It's almost like when you make friends with him, you see little links here and there, and you start reading some of his stuff. Man, let me tell you, he takes a cigar review to a level that you're like, I like that. It's not the fluff, it's the in-depth shit, from the damn seed to the cigar. Óigame, bendiciones a todos los hermanos en España. God bless all our brothers in Spain. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to leave you with this. Like I said, It's your money. It's your palate. Bob, I'm stealing that one. Smoke what you like. It's up to you, man. Support who you love. Don't let anybody tell you what to smoke or what not to smoke. Ever. Don't ever do that. And that's it, fellas. Mike, you want to leave us with anything that's non-whack-off related? I mean, Waco related?
What did you think about the cigar you were smoking?
Actually, it's a really good cigar. I mean, I can't complain about it at all.
I mean, you could, but why, right?
Nobody listen.
Nobody listen. You, GTO cigar, what do you got?
I'm a big fan of the GTO line. I get a lot of pepper in this one and cedar, I think.
Yeah, the pepper on the back end of this one is gone now.
Mm.
And now I'm getting a flavor, tobacco flavor in the back of the throat.
Sierra has just said, tobacco unifies people. It's a unifier. It's a equalizer.
It is. But at the same time, most people who smoke cigars listen to each other and are willing to listen to each other.
Absolutely, you know, man. You know what?
It's hard to find that anymore.
You know, and I agree with that. I think one of the last things I'm going to say is space about that. Let's stop looking at the fucking color of our skins, people. Let's stop it.
Get to know the person next to you.
You know, I learned from a great man who passed on. He would look at my mother every day and he'd said, "Mi negra," my beautiful black woman. And that was my father. He adored and worshiped the ground that she walked on. My father was in prison for 15 years in a socialist dictatorship. And when he landed in the U.S., he almost kissed the ground that he walked on because he said, "This is the only country where I can afford to fail and come right back up again." You know, so let's stop this. Everyone is worth it, man. Everyone, in my heart, in my eyes, in my opinion, matters. And if you demean a single human being in front of me, fuck you, asshole. That's what I'm saying. One human being that you demean for any reason, fuck you. And take it from the crazy Cuban. That's how I believe. That's how I see things. Everybody to me is family. I love everybody because I have called the Asian, the black, the Hindu, the wherever, the white, everybody has been friend and family to me when I have needed them. So that's my simple opinion. We've been at it for an hour. It's enough. Hey, listen, this is a special one to Putty Putty. I love you, Big Daddy. Remember, Thursday is leather night at the Kremlin. Leather night. Bye, boo-boo. God bless everybody. Smoke well. We do. Oh, God, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, you hate it when I do that.